Hey everyone, this is the LEGO Creator Superbike for 2021, and I did buy 3 of the set so that I could build all 3 official build versions or build options of it at the same time to show you in one video quickly and conveniently. Here's the C model, the one that uses the fewest pieces. Typically these are the worst of the bunch, and this one deviates the most from the basic theme of the set because it has this very vertical windscreen. It is intended to be a superbike of the future, a future wherein we have rotor-based flying bikes. Maybe a hover bike? I don't know if it's supposed to be a hover bike or just air-powered, like a bicopter sort of thing. But yeah, that's what it's trying to be. So you've got little handles here. That is, I believe, a new print for the console for 2021. If it's not new for 2021, it's new for late 2020. But you've got your tires here mounted sideways, got some little stabilizing fins. It makes sense for what it's trying to be, I think. Again, I don't like the vertical windscreen on it. I feel like that could have been just angled back a little bit, but otherwise it works. So here's the B model, and this is just a modern superbike with no fairing up front. This looks pretty good. This almost could have been an A model. It just doesn't use as many pieces as the main one. It also does not have any working suspension. I almost feel like the handlebars should have been lower, but kind of restricted by the available pieces here. Maybe I just want to do one thing as an experiment here. I wanted to just angle the bars down instead just to see what that would look like. Doesn't look that great, does it? Just the bars need to be lower right at the root, I think. But you can change the angles of these a bit if you want. If you want to have them going out straight dirt bike style, bring them in a little tighter. Maybe that helps. Not really. There's a little bit too much gap towards the front. But I like the look of this. I feel like this is fairly complete, fairly finished. I could have used maybe a little bit more detail just around the engine, but not too much. The main thing it's missing is just suspension action, which the main build does have. Tank is set up pretty nicely. It's done a little bit differently than the main one. This one actually uses a couple of analog gauges there, or the suggestions of them. It still does have the printed piece behind there. It's just not using it. It's kind of hiding the print, which I appreciate. I get that. I like that. And yeah, this has some nice angles. This is pretty well, the rake angle is locked in there pretty well. The angle back here is set pretty well for the tail. And yeah, this is proper. This does justice to the set. And finally, here's the real deal. The actual superbike that uses all of the officially included parts in the set. This one does have suspension action on the rear only. So bring up the little kickstand there, and it's a fairly soft spring. I mean, firmer than I would personally like it to be, but I think that it's pretty well matched here. Oftentimes, spring rates on models are just way off. So that's something that I personally am sensitive to. I like the angles on it. I like how the whole front section with the fairing and the windscreen is angled forward pretty aggressively, and how the tail kicks up a lot with the exhaust under there as well. Those are some really nice things. I like the offset between these two triangular tiles, and my own personal favorite visual feature of this almost feels like an optical illusion at some points in real life, but you've got this curved plate right here, right? And that's, it has a single curve on a single axis, but then as you turn the bike around, you get down into this curved piece here, which just very smoothly continues that curve, but on a different axis, on a perpendicular axis. And that's really cool. It's just something kind of special to me. Let's look at this from some more different angles as well. See, this does look quite good from the front. Yes. There's just a lot of really nice design work, like visual design work involved here that I really appreciate. And of course, the use of that blue color, the dark azure, is pretty striking. But then, like, just some of the color blocking involved here, I think, is extra nice. You know, this is not just a technical model. It's a visual design study as well. Given the limitations of the pieces, you know, not having infinite abilities to make absolutely any shape that you want, I feel like the designer here had really good visual design sensibilities. I really appreciate that. Of course, we are seeing some weird colors of some Technic stuff, but in reality, on what bike in real life, what full-size bike do you not see some things that are a little bit off color unless it's fully done up for show, you know, where everything is completely color matched to the owner's specifications. So this is not too bad in that sense to me. Definitely not a major thing that I would worry about. No suspension action up front. The fork is done similar to the last one we looked at, the B model, but not quite exactly the same. You have some suggestions of coolers in there, you know, some grills. And again, the tank is done similarly to the last one. We're using, you know, many of the same pieces or some of the same pieces, but it's definitely quite different enough. And it's just very satisfying to me. I'm very happy with this thing. I can really look at it for a while, I feel, and as I continue to look at it, I see more things about it that I like from more different angles. So this is one that I think you can put together and really be happy with on display. It's also something you can kind of just ride around as well. I mean, it's convenient enough to just put your hand up here and just do, you know, you can actually ride it around like that. So I think it functions well as a building model, as a toy, and well enough as a display model. And this does use the console in there, the printed console, you know, as something that would actually be there at an appropriate size as well. And I appreciate the use of the black curved piece inside of the windscreen, so you don't have weird colors showing through that. It really helps to highlight that shaping there. The little small HID headlights are in a nice place too. Yeah, this is really well done and deserves its space as the main model for this kit. When you build the main model, these are the leftover pieces, and of course the others leave more on the table, and there's no sticker sheet for this set. Here's a quick look at all three main official build options together, and you see that the B model with its extended wheelbase actually holds its own on a volume of stuff comparison between these. The C model is clearly smaller, you know, it doesn't use as much, but yeah, I mean, these are very competitive with each other, and I can easily see a lot of people who are into bikes buying two of this set in order to be able to build both of these at the same time. And I have to say, with the increased rake here and the longer wheelbase, this might be more of like a super cruiser than just a sans-faring Superbike. So I may have misspoken on that a little bit, and surely have been corrected already in the comments. I paid $20 for each of these for more than 200 good pieces. And I feel like I got my money's worth out of each. I probably would not have paid $20 just to build this, but you know, there's all the stuff that's left over. This one's great. This one's great. Good design work, good build. I did not record the builds for these because I did them on my own time, but it was enjoyable. These two especially again, and I like the wheels in that color with those nice high mass tires that will be usable for other things. They're really good for anything that's actually going to move. They actually cover terrain well. If you're going to do something that's a powered project, I recommend trying those out. And yeah, I don't think this is going to be one of the better selling creator sets of this year, just based on the subject matter and maybe how it looks on the box. I don't know. It isn't maybe as bright as usual. It doesn't stand out as much in the center there, but I think it deserves to do pretty well because there was good design work done here and you get pretty good value for it. So that's it. That's all I got for this one. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you again soon.